Hi, and welcome to my channel. That feels really, really weird to say. It's quite exciting though. Welcome. So I'm Jess. I'm from Manchester in the UK, and I love books. I love buying books. I love looking at books, but I really, really, really love reading books. So that's what brings me to here. As seems like a bit of a tradition when I've looked at other videos, I thought I would start my YouTube journey by doing the BookTube newbie tag. Let's get into it. Question number 1. Why did I start this channel? At the start of the year, one of my New Year's resolutions was to fully get back into reading. I feel like I've never lost my love of reading, but it kept getting lower and lower down my priority scale, and I wanted to bump it back up there and just fully fall back in love with it again. Through the course of that, I joined TikTok. So I've been active on BookTok for, well, about 7 or 8 months now, I think. And I love it. I do love it over there. I love the community I've got over there. I love the friends that I've made over there. But I really struggle with keeping what I want to say within a 90-second, 2-minute time frame. I need longer than that to get all my thoughts out. I love watching other booktubers. I love watching their book reviews, their book recommendations. I love their reading vlogs. I love the reading challenges. So I just thought that if I came over here, maybe somebody would like to listen to me ramble on as much as I'd like to listen to others ramble on. Question 2. What are some fun and unique things that I can bring to BookTube? I mean, I feel like inherently everyone's personalities are different, so therefore no two channels are the same. Unless you're kind of going out of your way to copy someone's ideas, everyone's going to be unique. But specifically for me, I've spent the year doing the 52 Book Club Challenge, which it really surprises me how little I've heard about that on here and on other platforms. I'm really, really enjoying seeing how I interpret the different prompts and the books that I've chosen to fulfill the prompts, and I'm excited to talk about that with you guys. I'm also excited to go through my remaining prompts because some of them I have no idea where to start, and I'm hoping that I can get some suggestions from the BookTube community as to where I go next with them. I am also in the process of trying to get up to date in every series that I've part started. So I'm currently reading Crowns of Nyaxia. I have a lot of books in the Black Dagger Brotherhood series to read. I've got Plated Prisoner to finish, all these ones that I've dived in and out of, and I want to get to a point where I am up to date and ready for all new releases. I can start working through a back catalogue of other books that I want to read. Over the last few years, I have fully tested the limits of what Kindle Unlimited mean as well. So I've got a lot of Rogue part series that I'm excited to try and get to the end of before we see out 2025. And finally, it has 100% been done before, but October I am finally going to read Throne of Glass for the first time. So I am looking forward to bringing you all along on that journey with me and letting you all know what I think. Question 3, what am I most excited about on this channel? It is the ability to talk about books without a time limit. I could be here all day. I may have to self-impose a time limit, but a time limit of 20 minutes is a lot better than trying to fit everything I like to say in a 90-second soundbite for TikTok, because I struggle. Don't get me wrong, the 90-second clips are great for entertainment value, but I want to go deeper. And that's why we're here. Question 4. Why do I love reading? Escapism. Pure, unadulterated escapism. I think that the enjoyment I get from books is a privilege to have. I can appreciate that not everybody gets the same enjoyment from books. Some people get it from films, TV, music, art, poetry. But I don't believe that they can whisk you away in the same way that a book can. I think the experience that I get from books is second to none and not like anything else that I could experience in life. If I'm lost in a good book, I can see it, I can smell it, I can feel it, I can taste it. I am there. I am listening to what they're listening to, I am seeing what they are seeing, and I absolutely adore getting lost in my own imagination that way, and I always have done ever since I was a child. The escapism, whether it's a fantasy book, whether it's a historical fiction, whether it's contemporary fiction, if a book can make me escape into something else, then I'm here for it. Question 5. What book or series got you into reading? For me, I cannot pinpoint one specific book or one specific series that started my love of reading. What I can do is point you to one very specific author who started my love of reading as a child and is the reason that I'm still as obsessed with it today. So for me, that author was Enid Blyton. When I was a child, I read everything by that woman. I was obsessed. That woman covered every single genre that I could want as a child. There were animals that came to life. There were toys that came to life. There was adventures. There was farms. There was a big magical tree. There were boarding schools. There was just everything that I wanted. I used to beg my parents to send me to boarding school because I wanted to go to Mallory Towers. I wanted midnight feast. I wanted swimming in that outside pool, even though I'm aware it'd be really cold. I wanted to go to school on an old steam train with a trunk. I used to make my younger brother play Famous Five with me, and I would make it so that our garden shed was the clubhouse. I thought it was normal for dads to suddenly quit their jobs and join the circus as handyman because of Enid Blyton. For someone that's never owned a horse, I know a surprising amount about colic in horses, purely because of Cherry Tree Farm. Just, I loved everything about that woman, and I was in every single world that I read about. Again, whether it was sort of the fantasy of the faraway tree, whether it was the realism of Mallory Towers, whether it was the adventure of Famous Five and Secret Seven, I was there in those books, and it had me hooked immediately. Question 6. What question would I ask my favourite booktubers? That's easy. How do you all know which books are going from being indie published to trad published before they stop selling the indie versions? Because you all that I watch all seem to manage to get the indie versions of those books before they stop being sold. And I'm jealous, and I feel like I'm missing out on a shared Google Drive document situation that I would very much like to be part of, or the group chat, add me in there. I won't get involved, it's fine. I just want to know which books are getting trad published. If anyone knows how they're doing this without just following every single author, can someone please let me know? Because that's genuinely a question that I think about quite a lot. Question 7. What challenges do you think will be hardest to overcome when starting the BookTube channel? Finding the time. I work 9 till 5 full time. I have a young son with additional needs. This is going to be a lot, but I am doing it because I love it, and the minute it stops being fun will be when I stop doing it. I am not taking on another job by doing this. It is an outlet for me to talk about the things that I love to talk about. So I'm hoping that that helps me allocate the time to do it. Question 8. When did I start reading? I don't remember not reading. I have always read. I would read in the car on the way to school. I would read in the classroom before school started. I would read on lunch breaks. I would read under the covers at night with the light turned on, trying not to get caught by my parents because I had to finish the book that I was reading. When I ran out of books to read, I used to go read children's encyclopedias. I was that child. I always read. I think I might be one of the only children whose parents wanted them to read less, because the speed that I read and the amount that I read, it was a very expensive hobby for my parents to pay for. Question 9. Where do I read? Ideal reading situation for me is curled up on the couch with a blanket, some nice lo-fi music playing, with snacks, some drinks. However, if I do that, I am not going to bed till about 4 a.m. and that is not healthy. So I do tend to read in bed quite a lot, and then I can just sort of drop where I fall. My other secret reading spot, long train journeys. I love it. I think it's the idea that you've nothing else to do, that you can't go, oh, right, actually, I should go and do X, Y, Z. Like, train journey from one end of the country to the other, just reading and looking at the views as you go past. Bliss. I would love that. But otherwise, it's my couch or the bed. And finally, question 10. What kind of books do I like to read? I am a fantasy girl through and through. I love epic fantasy, high fantasy. I love comedic fantasy. I love spicy fantasy. I love romantasy. I like cozy fantasy. Are you getting the idea here? Anything magical, supernatural, otherworldly, I am there. I like it. I like historical fiction where essentially it's how to word it? It's a story about something we know that's happened. So I love Connor Gordon's books because I love reading about Genghis Khan and Caesar, and I know that what I'm reading is not factually correct, but I feel like I've already got a basis for what I'm reading, and I really enjoy that. I do have a special place in my heart for a small town romance. However, I've just had a very bad experience reading Elsie Silver, so I think I'm putting that on the back burner for a while. And I do like dark romance, but I'm very specific with the dark romances that I like. I don't like a dark romance for the sake of dark romance. If it's a dark romance, it's got to be reasons for it to be dark. It all has to make sense. I like a strong plot in a dark romance. Trope-wise, I love found family, morally great characters. I love a really, really strong FMC. And I'm a huge fan of character growth. And I mean real, organic character growth, whether that takes one book or 4. I love seeing progression because that to me just makes it feel all the more real. And that's what I love. I love getting immersed into these books. So, we're now at the end of my BookTube newbie tag video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope at least one person has stayed to the end, but frankly, if I'm talking to myself, still having a good time over here. I am going to try and put out 2 videos a week. I plan on having one that is a bookish talking video, and then I plan on doing another one that's just sort of a day in the life. Again, I'm not really expecting anyone to watch them. I'm putting out what I like to see. So I just thought maybe someone might enjoy it. So if you have liked this video, please like and subscribe. Please comment below. If you've got any booktubers that you think I should check out, please, please, please share them with me because I'm always wanting to find new creators. And I will see you soon. Bye.